I just realized I forgot to hit record.
Oh, shoot. They're going to miss the first part of. That's okay. I won't start
Well,
over, guys. Don't worry.
it's all good. The slides will be there for him.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go to the next slide.
Okay. So, not just our summer camp upcoming. We have a lot of other great events that are coming up really in the next couple of weeks. Our Tall Tales Parsons is actually sold out. So our registration date deadline was today, but we actually filled up on Friday. So we are closed for that event. But our OKC River Sport, which is happening on the 31st of May, that's a travel camp as well. Again, geared towards our older girls, but registration is due by May 12th. And we're going to be going down to Oklahoma City and doing all kinds of really cool stuff, including whitewater rafting and zip lining. And they just have all of these really great events out there. We have our Cowtown, our traditional Cowtown events are occurring again this year throughout the summer. So check those out. We have a really cool event with Wind Surge this summer where we're going to have a Girl Scout night there, much like if you guys attended our Girl Scout night at the Thunder Hockey. We're doing the same thing for Wind Surge. There'll be a fun patch involved, and families are invited, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And then another unique to this year, first time, is WSU is pairing up with Girl Scouts and offering for some of our older Girl Scouts nursing boot camp. And so space is limited, but it's really going to be a really fun camp, something that any of the girls who might be interested in background or in a career in nursing or being an EMT or any sort of medical field, it would be a really great camp to attend. So check that one out too.
Very cool. Who doesn't want to be a Girl Scout?
Yep. Midnight Madness. Okay, so for those of you who have had 900 million questions like I have about why Midnight Madness was not on Campwise for a few days, we did pull it off for a couple of days because we had to revamp some of the ways that we were scheduling people to make it a little bit easier for you guys. But once girls are eligible, i.e. they have registered for the upcoming year, they are members, they are also eligible to sign up for Midnight Madness. This year, we are renting out the entirety of the Wichita Sports Forum, which includes a really cool jump facility. We have basketball courts, volleyball courts. We're going to have a movie, games, food. It's going to be a really fun night. Yeah, so check it out. Make sure that you get your renewed membership in before July 21st so that you guys are eligible. And once you do that, get on to the website so that you can register for this cool event. Travel applications. So travel applications, we're coming up to summer. So I know a lot of troops and service units are offering opportunities for their girls to travel throughout the summer. It's a great way for girls to be able to use their program credits. And it's a great way for troops to be able to do kind of fun, interesting things throughout the summertime between normal school year activities. So with that in mind, make sure that you are completing your travel application and turning it into, you can turn it into info@gskh.org. If you are staying at a Girl Scouts Kansas Heartland property and you have completed the check front application to make a reservation, you do not need to fill out a travel app. So keep that in mind. If you are going to be staying at one of our properties, You don't have to have a travel app for that because you fill out all the information we need on your application and reservation. But if you are planning to do any overnights on your own within your own town or an overnight out of town for one or more nights, if you are not staying at a council-owned property, you have to fill out the travel applications. If you have questions, Lisa Joslin is in charge of that. I'm really quick going to put her email down in the chat just so that you guys can have it. She will be able to answer any of your questions. And I'll write travel apps so that you guys know who that is. She will be able to answer any of your questions to be able to make those reservations and do those fun trips with your girls. If anyone wants to, sorry, I'm reading my notes too. Go ahead and if you already have some travel plans for the summer with your Girl Scout troop, go ahead and pop it into the chat so that everyone can kind of check out. I know we've got some really cool ones. I think we've got a troop that's going to Disney World. We have a troop that's going to Savannah, Georgia. We have a troop that is going to be doing a trip to Utah. So lots of really cool trips coming in. So check out, what other troops are doing. And if you have some ideas or even questions, go ahead and reach out to us. Oh, yes. And Shannon's troop, of course, is going abroad. So that's really, really cool, too.
Raven Young also
Oh,
mentioned Disney
nice,
World.
Raven. Yep. Yep. So we're planning ahead. That's always good. Make sure that you are planning ahead. If you do need assistance with that planning ahead, we're happy to help. If you've got questions, you can turn in your application early and we will continue to walk through the process with you all the way until you are ready to go on your trip. Nice. Doing a museum overnight. Those are super popular and also really well organized. So they're a great way, especially if you have younger troops, to kind of dip your toe in the water with some of that fun overnight. Oh, and we've got a zoo overnight too. That's great. So I know that the Sedgwick County Zoo does a lot of overnights. It looks like this one is the Rolling Hills Zoo. That's fantastic. Again, great way to kind of dip your toe into the travel concept with your girls because they're usually very well planned events with these overnights.
Anybody have any questions regarding travel or travel apps? Because now's the time to throw it out there.
Absolutely. Make sure as well that you're going on our website and getting our most up-to-date travel app. It is available on our website under Troop Travel. So just make sure that you're using the most up-to-date. Oh yeah, Cosmosphere. Yes. And they do scout nights, which is really great because troops can actually, fill in at those scout nights and they offer some really great programming. As for the PDF, I am so sorry. I don't have an answer for that. I would love for our travel app to turn into a jot form, but we are not quite there yet. We will continue to work on it and it is my goal to make it a little bit easier for all of us.
There's another question there regarding a parent.
If a parent takes their girl, do they need to fill out? I'm not really sure how to answer that question because if you're taking your girl and you're calling it a Girl Scout trip, then yes. But if you are just going on a family vacation, then no. A Girl Scout trip would be a trip that you want to use program credits for. A Girl Scout trip would also be a trip that you're maybe trying to earn badges for or something like that. In those cases, you would want to fill out that application. A lot of our Juliets do travel on their own if they are interested in traveling on their own. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I'm just reading that next question. Like if they want to drop their girl off and leave them with their troop. yes, then that is troop travel. And you have to have an application for that.
And another thing to consider when you're doing travel with Girl Scout troop, at least half of the troop needs to be participating in order to use troop funds to go
Yes,
on troop travel.
right.
So even
So
like an
troop funds
overnight.
are separate. Yeah. So troop funds are separate from program credits. In that sense, girls have their program credits. They can utilize them for different activities, including travel. But if you are using troop funds, 50% of your troop must be attending the event in order to utilize those troop funds. So yes, Amber, to answer your question, troop, if you are doing a troop travel trip, and even if the girl is being dropped off by their parent, but their parent, it's a troop organized event, you need to turn in a travel application. It's really for your benefit and ours because we make sure that you have all the certifications that you need in order to do that trip. But in addition to that, if you are a sanctioned trip, you are covered by Girl Scout insurance. So there's a lot of benefits to it. I know it's a lot of work, but there's definitely benefits. And then we can also assist you with the whole process. So if you get stuck on the application for any reason, just give us a call and we will happily help out with that. If there are no other questions about troop travel, we can move on to our next slide. And this is our travel progression. So they did update our travel progression this last year. But if you look at it, it's pretty simple, but it's also very like specific. So local field trips, obviously, in order to be a Girl Scout, you have to be a Daisy. But the recommendation is local field trips and day trips are really more Daisy oriented. Overnights, we recommend that if you're going to take Daisies on an overnight, they already have experience with day trips and local field trips. Short trips really are Brownie and older. So this is anything that's more than a single overnight. Extended trips, again, we're looking at juniors. So as you can see, the progression, the longer the trip, the older the girl. So that's really the idea here. International trips, we have a minimum necessary is cadets, and then also they have to have extended trip experience. And then individual travel, again, cadets, and then with that extended trip experience. If you have questions about this travel progression is on the website, again, in the same location that you can get your troop travel application. There's the little flyer for the travel progression, so check that out. Yes, in some cases. So Lindsay, yes, you would fill it out for even a day trip, even if you're not overnighting. If you are going to like a specific location and you are responsible for all the girls and the parents aren't going to be there, we just make sure that you have your ratios and your first aid and all those things that you need in order to ensure a successful trip. All right. So school year volunteer events. So if you guys aren't already aware, the year is like flying by and we're already almost halfway there and we're going into camp season and my program staff are going to be very, very busy throughout the summer. So we do have a May 15th deadline for our volunteer events. So this is for next year, or sorry, next school year. So the 2025-26 school year events. These are events that are going to go on our website. They're also events that will go into our publication in the fall. You have to turn those into us by May 15th so that we can do review, ask you questions, make sure that all of the information that we have is what you want in the publication. We will pretty much be writing this publication while we're at camp. So the more time we have with your information, the more accurate it is. the easier it is for us to make sure that we get it into our publication. I do have a jot form link there. I'm not sure if that link is probably not going to work on when it gets turned into a PDF. So Monica, do you have the ability to throw that into the chat?
I'm gonna have to go seek it.
Okay, sorry.
Give me a second. Nope, I will see what I can
yeah.
do to find it and get it shared for you here.
Okay,
So
perfect. So yeah, so that jot form will get you to the volunteer application. Fill it out as completely as you possibly can, because that means that we're going to have all the information we need and we won't need to bug you as much as we do. Also making sure that your description for your event, I don't need to necessarily know that you're doing a fun patch and all of that, because you already described that in other parts of the application. I want to know what you're doing at your event. I want to know why our girls want to go to this event, because that information is what we actually publish, and it's what entices the girls to actually want to come to the events. So make sure that your descriptions are fun and exciting.
it is in the chat.
Perfect. Thank
I
you.
hope that's the correct one. I'm double checking the numbers.
Yes, it does appear to be the correct one. Yep.
Okay, very good. Awesome.
And group payment. So this is what we were just talking about. Troop hold is what CampWise calls it. We like to call it group payment. It is now up and running. There is a jot form, again, linked to this. Notice how we really like our jot forms, which is also why I'm working really hard to get our travel applications turned into a jot form. Shannon, if you have a question, feel free to.
Nope, sorry, did not mean to do that. But also,
you were just high-fiving me.
Form.
Okay, got it. High-fiving me. I love it. Okay, so group payment is the concept that I was just talking about earlier, where if a troop or a service unit is paying a portion or all of the event registration fee for the participants, they can fill out this form. We will then provide them with a code to pass on to their parents, so that the parents, when they register, can complete the payment with that code. So then once the parent has registered the girls, so the hold only works for 2 weeks. So you will have, once you make the reservation with us, we will give you that code. That code will be good for 2 weeks. Your parents have 2 weeks to complete the registration process and either pay the remaining amount if you're not paying a full amount, or if you guys are paying the full amount, then they just need to complete that registration process. And 2 days after your event group payment hold expires, you or your service unit, whoever it is, your troop leader, your service unit, will need to go in and make the payment for that remaining amount that you agreed to pay for. So we've got a timeline. The reason for the timeline, as you guys can imagine, is this is going to be something that's pretty popular, and we don't want to be holding spaces for people if they are not going to get filled, because we would hate for people to not be able to make reservations. What this also means is we will not be doing group payment holds less than 2 weeks from when an event closes. So our events typically close 2 weeks before the actual event, and we won't be doing group holds less than 2 weeks before that date. If you have questions, I'm the one to contact about that. So before we end tonight, I'll make sure to put my contact details in there. But also that jot form gives you all the information you need to know in order to be able to fill that out if you are planning to do any payments for any of our upcoming events for your girls.
And I did put that in the chat log as well.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. This is a slide I threw on there. Do you want me to talk about it?
Absolutely. This is a great slide.
So it is summertime, and GSUSA had provided a few little things for us to think about. May is Mental Wellness Awareness Month and Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month as well. And we do have program that are related to both of those. And so we've got the wellness badges, and there's a fun patch there for the Asian American month. So then June is National Making Week, June 17 through 23. And so we have several badges that fit into that craft and tinker, I think, or what these are. Is that correct, Ariel?
Yep.
I think those are those. And so was just kind of highlighting those. And then the LGBTQ plus Pride Month is also the month of June, and we do have a patch for that. And then summer is also a great time to focus on the Girl Scouts Love the Outdoors Challenge. There's a whole list of things for the girls to choose from. If they do 25 of those activities, they can get a patch. They have to purchase the patch, but it's something that they could focus on during the summer by themselves with their families, or if you want to do it as a troop, that's also an option. So just wanted to throw those few little activities out there for you to think about for summertime in addition to attending camp. Okay. Next, we're going to talk a little bit about Ignite. So Ignite is coming up. It's going to be on June 6th, 7th, and 8th. It'll start on Friday evening, conclude noonish on Sunday. This is held out at the Starwoods Girl Scout Center. From there, we are doing... I'm sorry, I was seeing your question there, Peggy. We'll get to that here in a second. We have all kinds of fun classes and workshops and camp things that you can participate in, as well as make new friends and connect with troop leaders and volunteers from across the state. We get involved in all kinds of networking, and Michelle has taken it over this year and has some great, she's got a speaker coming in. We got some cool stuff. So registration deadline is May 19. Make sure that you go out on Ultra Camp and get that done. And good job, Brittany. Glad you're signed up. That's awesome. There is the flyers out on Volunteer Connections. I know that you'll see that posted a couple of times here in the next couple of weeks. But definitely consider coming and joining us and having a good time at Ignite. And Shannon is leading the lunchtime cooking session, and I promise you that's going to be a good one. Thank you, Shannon. Sheila's coming. Oh, I love it. Okay, so since we're all excited about Ignite, now we're going to dive into the icky part, but it's not really icky. Troop finance reports are coming. This is something that is a requirement that we do every year. Every troop in the state or in our council has to submit a troop finance report. It is an accounting of all of the expenses and income that has come in throughout the year. All troop leaders and or checking account signers will receive an email the first week of May, well, the week of May 5th. It will have what your cookie and fall product proceeds were, what your balance was at the end of last year's, when you completed last year. And so that gives you what your starting point is for this year, and all the things. So I put on here some things to prepare now, would be to go ahead and make sure that you have a copy of your May 2024, December 2024, and your April 2025 bank statement. It should be coming very soon. Those will be the statements that will be required this year to attach to your troop finance report. So you might want to go ahead and get your checkbook balanced, and that way you're good to go there. That'll make it a whole lot easier when you get this email with all the information to go in and fill out the TFR. So There is a detailed record of troop funds. It's available on our website. You can go out there and use that. We provided it at the beginning of last year, but you can keep track of your expenditures every month. Makes it a whole lot easier for you to get it submitted. Deadline to submit it's going to be June 15. So it's just a 5-week time slot in there to get your TFRs done. So
couple questions, Monica. We've
Okay.
got a question about if a troop has some co-leaders who are interested in Ignite and they want to use troop funds to help pay for it. How do they go about doing that?
Okay. Ignite is a legitimate expenditure for troops. You can use troop funds to pay for that, as long as the girls are aware that that's happening. So you need to make sure that you pitch it to your girls and make sure that they are understanding and willing to do that. You would then go out and register them using your troop Ultra Camp account. So that's still in Ultra Camp, correct? We haven't moved.
Nope, we have not.
So it's still in the Troop Ultra Camp account, and that's where you're registering for Ignite. So you would go to that troop account and use troop funds to pay for the volunteers within there, or you can reimburse, but you need to make sure that you're not signing your own check, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So if you're paying for your membership, you need to have the other signer sign your check. So to reimburse you, okay? What if you have lost some receipts for the service unit finance report? That's bad. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully you have everything accounted for in your checking account and in your bank statement. If as we're reviewing the TFR, if the person who is reviewing it has questions, they'll contact you. And sometimes they do need those receipts. But not always do we need every receipt. But if you've kept your books pretty good and you shouldn't have a problem. So if we need to go back and collect those receipts or search for them, then we'll hit that when the time comes. But definitely need to get as many of your receipts as you possibly can and make it a practice to keep them going forward. Also, there will be a service unit finance report email that goes out to the service unit signers as well. But that'll be separate from the troop email that goes out. And then Peggy had asked a question a little bit ago. Where do we look for the volunteer appreciation stories that were shared in April? I honestly don't have an answer for you, but I'm going to find the answer and let you know. Okay?
We also have a question from Maria asking, what happens if the troops started in September? What months do they have to provide? I assume they just have to provide September through current, right?
Right. Then you would do your beginning bank statement, the first one you received, the December one, and then the April or the 2025. So yeah, so if you just started in, we can't ask you for May because you weren't here. Okay. Any other questions? Did I miss here?
I don't see any. I think you're good.
Okay, very good. All right, volunteer training opportunities. So wanted to just highlight what we have coming up here in the next couple of months. Heartland Essentials, we have one actually Wednesday. This is for new volunteers or any volunteers that came on brand new this year. If that class has not been taken, it is a required class. So if you've got some volunteers in your unit that haven't gotten that completed in your service unit, or you know that you haven't completed it and you're fairly new, you have April 30th and May 21st to get that done. They can be virtual, so get registered for those. We do have first aid, CPR, AED through the Yeah, it just left me. ASHI stands for the Heart Institute. American, and S has left me. Heart Institute. That's what it is. We have a few of those offered. There'll be one May 6th in Wichita, Garden City on May 10, and then June 6th out at Starwoods. That is the Friday evening. So then we also have Youth Mental Health First Aid, May 31st. That is a virtual. If you have not taken that, I highly recommend it. It is very good. Anybody dealing with any kind of youth will benefit from that. Outdoor camping, we have one scheduled May 10 in Garden City. Maria, we don't, I believe, have one on the calendar for Emporia for the next 2 months.
Yeah, we had one on the calendar that had to be canceled fairly recently because we did not have enough people signed up. Maria, if you have a group of people that you know are interested, reach out to us. We can look at figuring out a date that works for the people that you know in your area. Our goal is to provide this training and these trainings to all of our volunteers who are interested. Unfortunately, sometimes we schedule the trainings and then people aren't available for them. So if you have a group of people, many of our trainings require at least 4 individuals. So talk to your fellow troop people, talk to your service unit, see if you've got 4 people who are interested in doing outdoor camping. Then give us a holler. We'll try to look at some schedules and see when we can get something planned.
Yeah, 4 is what she stated there, Maria.
Yep.
And then we do have a couple of trainers in the eastern part of the state as well. So
we do.
Yeah, so we just have to make sure that we have those people in order for, because they're volunteers. All of our trainers are volunteers, and we want to make sure that we're making it worth their time to travel to spend the day, night teaching a class. So
yeah.
Okay.
Also, Shannon did bring up that May 6th is fully booked for Wichita. It is. We are looking at rescheduling the one that we had to cancel. I want to say earlier this month, which is still correct because we're still in April. Earlier this month, we had to cancel one. We are trying to get a reschedule date for that. And we will put that out to people because even if everyone who was registered for it registers, we'd have a couple of spots left. So we'll try to get that out to everyone as soon as we know the date.
Beautiful. Yeah, I didn't put May 6th on there because I knew you were full. So, and then there is a USA Archery that will also be in conjunction with Ignite as well as Small Craft Safety. So if you're interested in that first aid, the archery, or the small craft, that's in addition to the Ignite. So you have to register for those items separately. So just letting you know about those.
But they're all out at Starwoods and very convenient location. You guys will already be there. So if you're interested in them, take advantage.
Okay, next was we do have news regarding the volunteer toolkit. All of the badge booklets are now available on the volunteer toolkit. They're digital versions. They have the content is located for the meeting page in the VTK, and it's directly under the steps and the purpose of the badge. Due to our digital licensing limitations for the older badges, some content was presented in a PDF versus a booklet. So just kind of wanted you to know about that. But there's also easy links for you to purchase the badge and the printed booklet if you choose to do that. But we just wanted to let you know that this is now on the Volunteer Toolkit. So it's exciting that GSUSA is providing more resources for us out there. Cancel shop. I did not finish the slide I'm seeing here. There is a new upcycled custom uniform tote. I thought it was really cool and wanted to just share this as a resource. You send in your own sash, vest, or tunic, and they will create it for you. So this is all through our GSUSA national site, so it wouldn't come through our council shop, but just thought it was a really cool way to upcycle uniforms. So go on the girlscouts.org website and you can type in custom upcycled Girl Scout uniform tote bag or any of those words to find it. So I'm going to hand it over to Amy.
Hello, everyone. So Thursday is the last day for girls to renew and be eligible for the free early renewal t-shirt incentive. The cost for renewal this year is the $60. T-shirts are available for purchase for adults and volunteers. The cost for those is $20 and must be ordered by May 1st. We will collect all those through the job forms beginning on April 1. There's been several emails and text messages that have gone out for renewals, as well as the t-shirt sizes. Just some reminders too that girls can use our program credits for the membership fees, adults cannot. But there is financial assistance available for both girls and adults. There is an application that is required for girls and adults before the FA will be applied, but we have those available as well. And just remember, as Ariel said, that girls that register through July 21st are eligible to attend Midnight Madness. And yes, it is midnight on May 1st. So you have all day Thursday to renew, and we'll start looking at those on Friday and making sure we have everything in and everybody's eligible.
Okay. Was there any questions on renewal? I guess I should have asked that. Okay.
Perfect. You can always reach out to us if you have any problems or any questions. Don't hesitate. My team and customer care are available to help you register over the phone or fill out any of those financial aid applications as well. Okay, and so just a reminder for the graduating ambassadors in grade 12, they are eligible to use their program credits immediately following their graduation for a few things. They can purchase a Young Alum Lifetime membership at the discounted rate of $200. They can make purchases in the council shops. You can purchase online items. You must contact the council shop and have them help you place the order for online items. There's council approved troop trips and traveler destinations. And just some things to remember that program credits cannot be donated to another girl or a troop, and that the unused program credits will expire on September 30th of this year. So I know there's usually a lot of questions about that, but just wanted to give everybody a reminder. I know that this month and next month, but those girls are really busy with graduation and everything. So trying to get as many reminders out there as we can. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're happy to help you, or if you have any questions.
Okay. And Amy, I did leave this in. I was heading out the door when I saw that email, but
that's okay.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about it or you want me to?
Either way.
Okay. I'll let you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so these are some of the benefits to purchasing a lifetime membership, and this is for any adult, not just the Young Alum. You get a membership card and a pin. You get invitations to local and national events. There is a monthly newsletter from GSUSA that alums receive, and lifetime members. You can receive 10% off of your merchandise purchased online through GSUSA. It does say on here that $25 of that lifetime membership will be used towards helping to fund a membership for a girl in need in your council. So that's a good thing to remember as well.
And I think all lifetime members, if you are current lifetime members, should have received an email back on the 28th of March or somewhere around there that had some information in there about making sure that you're updating your address, and I think they were sharing information about this patch that's available and the lifetime membership card. So I think some of that information was in that email that came out at the end of March. So you might go back and look for that if you missed it.
Yes, I believe so. And it's really important for the information to be up to date so that you're receiving all of those communications from us as well as GSUSA.
Amy?
Yeah.
All right. This I shared last month, but wanted to leave it on there because it's still throughout the summer. So if we have any girls that are joining Girl Scouts currently that are going to be in kindergarten or first grade for the first time in the fall, they are eligible and will be receiving 3 activity books that will be mailed directly to their home throughout the summer. It is a kind of a get them ready for school and get them ready for Girl Scout program altogether. They're really cute little books with custom made characters to get the girls excited about their Girl Scout experience. So if you know any girls that are going to be in kindergarten or first grade and they're not in Girl Scouts, this is just another incentive for them. They're also receiving another little gift or two. I think it's like a sun catcher or something that they're getting as well. So just wanted to throw that out there. Also, our recruitment team has been out doing recruiting this spring, and we are gearing up for summer. And we would like you, if you have any type of community events or things that are happening in your community that you feel would be a benefit for Girl Scouts Kansas Hartley and staff to be there for, if you would reach out to the troop engagement specialist and have a conversation. Sometimes we have volunteers within service units that will set up a booth at the county fair or downtown during the sidewalk sale or things like that that are going on in your own communities. If you have things like that that are going on, contact us as well. We may have some marketing materials we could share with you. We just want to make sure that we are definitely, staying visible within our communities, and we're not in all of your communities. So sometimes we need your voice to be able to tell us what's going on. So, other things, Rolinda, I saw you were on the call. Do you want to talk about this slide, or would you like me to?
I am on the call, and it's been great participating with everybody. I wanted to make sure that anybody who is age 14 and above by November 1st of 25, to making sure they know that they are eligible to participate through an application process to become a delegate for our council. And we are in the process of councils all across the country are in the process of developing proposals that will be included on the agenda for the 26th National Conference. And it is an amazing experience where you have an opportunity to learn so much about the governance and parliamentarian procedure and everything else. And it's actually very amazing for both youth and adults. And so I do encourage you and to encourage others as well to apply. Currently, we have 2 applications that have been submitted. We have 5 slots that we need to fill, and we also always fill alternates. So there are times where the alternate will need to step in and participate as that full voting delegate. So again, encourage you to do that. The conference and the National Council session will be in Washington, D.C. in July of 26. It should be fun. It's the 250th year of our nation. So what a great place to be to celebrate that. So awesome.
Thanks, Belinda. I put the link to our website regarding council delegates in the chat log, and that's where you'll find the application and all of the info.
And the applications are due July 1st. July 1st. Thank you.
All right. And next, I'm sharing information about Cookies on Tap. This is one of several council fundraisers that we do. Belinda, you want to talk about that one too?
I sure can.
Okay.
Thank you. Cookies on Tap is where we pair local brews, or sometimes we have cider, with Girl Scout cookies. It's a fun event. We have a new location this year, so we're able to participate with more people and have seating for folks. And it is a 21 and over event only. So none of the girls will be there. It's adults 21 and over, and it's a fun time to celebrate Girl Scouts and have some cookies and a little something to drink. We also have non-alcoholic participation there as well. So thank you.
Thank you. And every girl across the state has an opportunity to enter the Kansas State Fair. There is a Scout division, and there used to be a Scout house, but they're now in the Oz building, is where our exhibits are housed and seen by the public. If you have girls who have done projects or crafts or do baking or whatever it may be, they can go to the Kansas State Fair.com website. And I put in here, they click on the competition tab, then the competitive exhibits, and then scouts. And there is a handbook in there that tells you what all of the categories are by age. So it'll have daisies and it has all the different classes that they can enter. The deadline, well, it actually opens May 1st and it'll close August 1st. After that, I think they have to pay a fee in order to submit. And I also saw while I was looking there today that there is a Pinewood Derby for Girl Scouts on September 7 at 4 p.m. And I think you can enter that same way. So if they were involved in a derby race this year and they've got a car, they could go and participate here. So questions go directly to the manager for the exhibit. Her name's Kathy Dunn. Phone number, email is on that page. But I just wanted to share the information because we won't have a meeting in the month of May, at the end of May, and we won't meet again until the end of June. And so I just wanted to make sure that you all were aware and you could share this with girls and parents, and hopefully we get some Girl Scouts sharing some things at the Kansas State Fair. So again, we will not meet in the month of May because it is Memorial Day, would be the fourth Monday. So our next meeting will be on June 23 at 8 p.m. And therefore, we won't see you in May. So have a good next 2 months. I know May is a crazy busy time for a lot of people, and June starts in with ball and all kinds of summer swim and all the things, but summer camp, you got to do camp. We want you doing camp. So that's all for now. If anybody had any questions, you're welcome to stick around for a few minutes. We'll stay on, and yeah, we'll post this. Again, I missed the first 15 minutes of the meeting, but the recording will be shared last 15 minutes. So thank you all. Yes, and we'll see you at Ignite, Louisa. I'm excited.